Hey guys, I'm Chris Buck from Cardinal Black, and this is my Helix artist tone. Let's delve right in. So one thing I was particularly conscious of with this preset was trying to make it as relatively straightforward as possible and not needlessly overcomplicating things, as I can be a little bit guilty of when it comes to the Helix, if I'm entirely honest. Making presets that hopefully sound good, but are reliant on different combinations of overdrive pedals within the preset to get the best out of them, and just aren't necessarily all that intuitive when you first open it up. Comparatively, with this preset, I went for something which was a little bit more usable straight out of the box, I guess. And in that respect, I've chosen an amp that is getting to the point of starting to naturally break up, which I guess is relatively alien to me, especially with the Helix. In that respect, I'm using the Grammatico GSG, but irrespective of the overdrive section, if we ignore that for a second, if you push the front end of the amp or kind of crank the gain within the amp very slightly, you're going to get a lovely natural, kind of saggy, warm, natural compression and breakup, which if you're pushing it with a guitar like this, rev start with P90s, sounds a little bit like this. A lot of night and shade there. If you back off your pick attack, it cleans up beautifully, but if you dig in, you are starting to get the hair on the front end of the note. Say you're not using a guitar with P90, say you're using a Tele or a Strat or something with inherently weaker output pickups. I've put in the KWB pretty much exclusively for that purpose, just to be able to hit the front end of the amp a little bit harder. But even with a guitar with slightly quote-unquote hotter pickups, not that these are hot in the slightest to be honest, but just that kind of ballpark, it's a lovely combination. It's a very transistory, sort of gritty, transparent sounding overdrive pedal, which sounds a little bit like this. Bit of a sleeper in my opinion, the KWB. Moving on to, undoubtedly not a sleeper, probably the one of the most hyped overdrive pedals in the world is of course the Tone Sovereign, based on the analog man King of Tone. Running this into an amp that is already starting to naturally break up very slightly gives a very different experience to what I'm used to, but again, it's one of my favourite overdrive pedals. It's a little bit brighter than I probably would ordinarily set it as well. All of that combined, you get this. Next, in regard to foot switches, but actually before that in the chain, we have the facial fuzz. Of course, there's numerous fuzzes in the Helix at this point, but the facial fuzz, the legacy model, is still probably my favourite, to be honest. It's very tweakable and just sounds like a really good fuzz face. That in isolation sounds like this. Next pedal in the chain is the Kinky Boost, very subtle, sort of just a solo boost. Stack that together with the facial fuzz and with the Tone Sovereign. That was pretty much the solo tone that you heard in the performance video. Sounds a little bit like this. Squashy under the fingers, but still actually surprisingly dynamic. Moving on to the modulation, there's only one modulation pedal in the chain, and that is of course my typical harmonic tremolo. Sounds like this. Love that pedal. Next up we have the Cosmos Echo, of course based on the Roland or the Boss Space Echo. One interesting little feature of this as well, I've got the splice control turned up fairly high, so every now and then we get a totally random little kind of join in the tape. Totally arbitrary as to when that's going to kick in, but it's always fun and keeps you on your toes to wonder when that's going to happen. There we go. One of my favourite delay pedals in the real world, sounds equally as good in the Helix. And then last but categorically not least, we have the multi-pass delay. And I've actually used this in previous presets in place of maybe the Cosmos Echo, any kind of multi-head delay where you get that kind of ping pong thing kind of bouncing around in your headphones or on stage. It's a very cool sounding delay that in isolation I guess can be a little bit much. It's a bit crazy, especially being that stereo image, but within the context of a mix or within the context of a track, it really is special. In isolation, sounds like this. But stacked with the Tone Sovereign, the Facial Fuzz and the Solar Boost, sounds a little bit like this. And there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the preset, and I shall see you next time.